Good morning to everyone. Myself Swarupa. I am from the Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering. Today we discuss about the advantages and disadvantages of overhead distribution and underground distribution. Advantages and disadvantages for overhead distribution compared to underground distribution. Now coming to the introduction to the distributions of types. Overhead and underground distribution systems are two primary methods of delivering electricity. Each method has its own unique set of advantages and disadvantages. Understanding these differences can help in informed decision for electrical infrastructure. This is the picture of the introduction to distribution types. Overview of overhead distribution. Overhead distribution involves power lines suspended above the ground using poles. This method is commonly used due to its lower initial installation cost. Maintenance and repairs can be performed easily from the ground. Overhead and underground power lines. This is the pros confusions underground. Now coming to the topic, advantages of overhead distribution. Initialization costs are generally lower compared to underground distributions. Easier access for maintenance and repairs can lead to quicker response times. Overhead lines can be more visible, allowing for better monitoring of the system. Now coming to the disadvantages of overhead distribution. Vulnerability to weather events such as storms leading to outages. Aesthetic concerns arise as overhead lines can be considered visually unappealing. Wildlife and vegetation can interfere with overhead lines, causing service disruptions. Overview of underground distribution. Underground distribution involves power lines buried below the surface. This method is often seen in urban areas where space is limited and aesthetics are prioritized. Installation can be more complex and requires specialized equipment. This is the image of underground distribution. Advantages of underground distributions. Reduce vulnerability to weather-related outages lead to improved reliability. Aesthetic benefits enhance property values and community appearance. Underground systems are less prone to interference from wildlife and trees. Disadvantages of underground distribution. Higher initialization cost can strain budgets for utility companies. Difficulties in locating faults can lead to extended outage durations. Repair and maintenance can be more complex and time consuming. Comparative analysis. Overhead distribution is generally more cost effective for initial installations. Underground systems provide better reliability and fewer outages in adverse weather. The choice between the two methods depends on specific circumstances and community needs. Case studies on underground distribution. Urban areas often favor underground distribution for aesthetic and safety reasons. Rural areas may choose an overhead distribution due to cost and ease of maintenance. Each case highlights the importance of assessing local conditions and requirements. Early population living in urban and rural areas in India from 1961 to 2011 in millions. This is the image of case studies. Now coming to the conclusion. Both overhead and underground distribution have distinct advantages and disadvantages. The decision on which system to implement should consider the specific needs of the community. Balancing cost, reliability, and aesthetic is key to effective electrical distribution planning. Now coming to the references. Electrical Power Research Institute in 2021 Comparative Analysis of Overhead and Underground Distribution Systems. Department of Energy in 2022 Overhead Underground Power Lines, a Technical Perspective. International Energy Agency in 2023 Electricity Distribution, an overview of current threats. Feel free to adjust any of the content of need. Thank you.